And I decided to pop on here another walk and talk. Still got Brutus with me. He's sniffing, he's searching. Still can't find the truth. Anyways, I want to make some amendments to the things I said before about the whole Charlie Kirk situation. I definitely got some analysis wrong, so let's start with that. In my previous video about it, I said Charlie Kirk was wearing body armor and the bullet hit him here and bounced up and hit his neck. I thought it was a bullet fragment that did that because of the way it looked. But I've seen some very good analysis, and I will put the ballistics breakdown video in the top comment. So if you're looking for it, you can click on that and it'll bring you over to this guy who just did a very good ballistics breakdown of the whole Charlie Kirk thing. And basically, you can tell that Charlie Kirk has like one of these microphones on, and it's kind of wrapped around him in a way to make it look like body armor, but it wasn't. And you can tell by when you really look at it, and I've seen multiple people break this down, the wound that you see on the front, that's not an entry wound, right? That's why there was so much bleeding. That was an exit wound, which means the shot came from, when Charlie's sitting, came from about here. So when it hit him from behind, exited that way through his neck. And obviously the caliber size is not 30-06 because the exit wound is too small. And someone else did a video where they showed Charlie being brought to the SUV after he got shot, and they're carrying him on his back, so his neck is facing to the sky, and there's no blood on the ground as they're carrying him because the exit wound was facing up, right? So the entry wound on the backside of his body wouldn't have been bleeding out, right? Because that's how bullet wounds work. So I think there's pretty blatant evidence that you can see with your plain eyes that the FBI is lying, because there's no way that shot came from the front side of Charlie Kirk. That shot 100% came from the back of Charlie Kirk. Okay? So without getting into any of the other things about this, we can just see from the ballistics that we are being lied to by the FBI. The same FBI that recently came out and said there is absolutely zero evidence of any Epstein client list. The same FBI that's been compromised for as long as I can remember. This is the same FBI that did nothing about Pie Fence. This is the same FBI that did nothing about the Russia collusion thing, the election fraud, has done nothing about all the people involved with the Corona scam and, all that crap. We have huge pharmaceutical companies that literally have gotten people completely sick and killed them with their magic wizard fucking nonsense. And none of them have been held accountable. None of the people who financed the Epstein ring have been held accountable. I mean, Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan Chase, all these banks are on the record for having allowed all that to go on. So the whole Charlie Kirk thing, the fact that they're not doing anything and they're not investigating it properly is not a surprise at all, which means it's up to the people to investigate it and look into things. And we've done way better of a job of investigating this than the fucking FBI fucking assholes that can't seem to investigate anything properly. And no, Kash Patel, I am not happy with my customer service. You need to go back to whatever fucking deep state shithole they drug you out of and go do customer service calls, because you fucking suck as FBI director. Absolute fucking clown. So they're trying to say that the dude disassembled the rifle in about 0.2 seconds on the roof, somehow jumped off the roof without it being on his persons, and then hid the rifle somewhere for the FBI to find later, reassembled incorrectly so that it couldn't even fire. And then the dude went to like his dad's or something like that, and his pastor was there, and his pastor happens to be a marshal or some bullshit. It's all such nonsense. I mean, the details don't matter because we know we're being fucking lied to. And if you go watch like Candace Owens' last one, talking about, you know, the issues going on between, and I was never a fan of Charlie Kirk because he was so pro-Israel, right? He was like the number one guy. He was head of Turning Point, which is like this big Israeli infiltration of the conservative movement. So I never liked Charlie Kirk, but I didn't know until he was murdered in front of everyone that he had been questioning, you know, AIPAC and the Israeli influence in our country. And it's like this, you know, people are like, oh, they go with the whole anti-Semitic thing and all that shit, but it's not about that. It's about sovereign nation. You can't be a sovereign nation if your country's infiltrated by foreign agents from another country. You know, and I don't have any problem with the average Israeli citizen. The average Israeli citizen is very similar to the average American citizen. They live in a surveillance state run by bankers. They have very little control over what their government is doing, and they're just trying to get by. You know, that's just like us. It's the elite that are the fucking problem. It's the elite that when they see someone who actually has an audience, kills them when they start questioning them. Like, why haven't they taken me out? Well, I can tell you very simply. I have 9 people watching me on YouTube, a platform with billions of users. So they're like, oh, who fucking cares? No one cares about me. I'm just like banished to the corner of the internet. So they wouldn't give a shit. They wouldn't bother. But with someone like Charlie Kirk speaking to 20,000 people, when he starts questioning the narrative, especially about Israel, I mean, just think about it from their perspective. Either you let this guy take this thing that you built, Turning Point, that, you know, is all funded by Israelis. Either let this Charlie Kirk guy start taking that in a direction that's not in your favor, or you martyr the guy, you pretend like he never questioned Israel, you have all your pro-Israel shills go out there and be like, Charlie Kirk was our guy. And then instantly you go from having a major problem on your hand to having a martyr for Israel. Even put out this crazy AI video where Charlie Kirk, the dead Charlie Kirk, was recreated as AI and was like praising Israel and America and the relationship and all this. It was the craziest bit of propaganda I've possibly ever seen outside of the kids who are dead because of whatever shootings, right? They bring them back in AI form, and it's like, what the fuck? Well, they did that with Charlie Kirk, except his message was not about taking our guns away. It was about, America and Israel, strongest relationship ever, and the Palestinian people killed me for being pro-Israel. What the fuck? And then Netanyahu can't keep his mouth shut. He's going all over the place talking about this. If they had nothing to do with it, why do they keep bringing it up? Why is Netanyahu sharing letters in these things? It makes no sense. Oh, and by the way, like 3 hours after Kirk was shot, they came out with like some ruling on the Epstein files not getting released. And then shortly after that, they did some like anti-Semitism laws. It's just insane. The government has no right to restrict our freedom of speech. It's literally the First Amendment making it the most important one. And this administration is not standing up for free speech, right? I mean, what did we elect Donald Trump for? Stop inflation, bring back free speech, shit like that, and he hasn't done any of that. All he's done is round up a couple of illegals and kick them out of the country and tighten up border security. Everything else he hasn't done. Oh, okay, I'll give him another one. They did a couple of deals to bring some companies here, and they did like some cutting down of ridiculous government spending. Good job. We wanted inflation curbed or stopped, and the Federal Reserve gotten rid of. Elon Musk was talking about getting rid of the Federal Reserve until they won the election. Then that all went away. And we wanted an end to foreign wars. That hasn't stopped. We're still involved in the Ukraine. We're still involved in the war in Gaza. Or should I say the genocide of Gaza, because that's what it is. You know? Nothing. Nothing that we've been offered. How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you, man?
Good. So it's just ridiculous. Like, everything that the people voted for him for, he hasn't done. All the major things not done. You know, he just helps cover up for these elite sickos. And he's surrounded by them. Like, you'd be like, oh, well, Donald Trump's doing good things. He's appointed all these psychopaths around himself. He didn't have to do that. And people are like, well, if he stands up to Israel, he's going to get killed. Yeah, well, Andrew Jackson stood up to the fucking banks, and they tried to kill him for it. And now we still celebrate the dude because on his gravestone it says, I killed the banks. You know, we didn't elect Donald Trump because we wanted small victories. You know, we wanted actual change in this country, and we're not getting anything. Same old bullshit by a bunch of elitist banker fucking pedophiles. That's what we got. And now they're murdering people that question their fucking bullshit. That, you know, bring up, hey, maybe we shouldn't be funding genocide. Right? How do you have a sovereign country if you're completely infiltrated by a foreign nation? I mean, everything in our government runs on Microsoft operating systems, and they core code all that shit in Israel. Netanyahu the other day went on a stage and was like, look, if you're holding a cell phone, this thing in my hand right now, you're holding a piece of Israel in your hand. And it's like, yeah, we know. And this is why the elite people like Netanyahu don't carry cell phones, because they're spying devices. It's a black mirror. It's a satanic black mirror in your hand. That's what it is, a scriving mirror, whatever the fuck they call it. So that's my thoughts on it. We're being lied to. This does have to do with a state-sponsored assassination, and the FBI is a fucking joke. That's my take on it. Go and watch the ballistics video I'll put in the comments. It's clear as day. Shot came in from there. Came in from behind, which means there's no way that with an exit wound here, that Charlie Kirk was shot from the front. Which means the FBI is blatantly lying and the ballistics don't lie. All right, peace everyone.